Speros Batistatos, you have been the head of the Convention and Visitors Authority. The first time around, you started in what year?
89.
In 89, and then I think you went in. And your primary job is to do what?
Heads in beds, cheeks in seats, feet in the street, fans in the stands, and torsos through turnstiles. Okay. And I applaud Mayor McDermott and what his questions have been because, you know, as most elected officials, they see the world through a geopolitical prism. They are elected to some certain boundary. They have responsibilities to those boundaries, and their money comes from that boundary, and that's tends to be the way they look at the world. Hospitality doesn't work that way, and we have to earn our market share every day. We have more than 6,000 hotel rooms in this market that we have to fill day in and day out, and if we're focused on geopolitical boundaries, we're not going to be successful in doing that.
All right, let's go. All right, here's what Bill Dolan in the Times says. Mayor Thomas McDermott is engaging South Shore Convention and Visitors Authority President Speros Batistatos in a verbal dogfight over moving the Airshow out of Lake County. It's a travesty, the Hammond mayor complained on his WJOB talk show Friday. He goes on to say, McDermott said it's inappropriate to use Lake County taxes to promote private business outside the county. You're moving the Airshow to Fair Oaks Farms. Everybody knows where it is, right off of I-65. It's mostly in Newton County, but it kind of straddles Newton and Jasper counties. Why are you doing that?
Well, I find it amazing that, you know, the media, yourself included to some degree, have to use disagreement in policy between me and the mayor to fill headlines and listenership. The mayor and I had a nice conversation after his radio show last week where I offered to come on to his show, and he respectfully suggested that I get on earlier so some of the questions that he very validly raised would be answered. I think absolutely disagree with you and how you characterized it with Uncle Joe and Dave from Crown Point this morning. There is no Lake County tax money in this air show. How much of your tax money do you think is in this air show from property taxes you pay?
Property tax is zero.
Thank you very much.
I know that.
There is no property tax.
Public money that
there is no property tax money in my budget.
And I think I made that clear.
No, you didn't. But that's okay.
All right. Well,
no, we get money from hotel motel tax. We get money from riverboat admission tax, which in Hammond's case, 90% of boat visitors are from Illinois. And we have a lot of money from our more than 200 private members, and think of them in your case as advertisers, that including Fair Oaks Dairy, including Jasper County, who's about to hire us to be their convention bureau instead of creating, no, we don't handle tax money, your property tax money, is the fact that we are not taking Lake County taxpayer money out of county. And to characterize it as such, I think, is absolutely a misperception and done for very intentional purposes to misconstrue what we do.
Okay, so you know, I understand that and the issue of not taking property taxes, but I think the general perception is that it's still public money.
Well, I didn't say it isn't public money, but there's a real big difference. A real big difference from calling this Lake County taxpayer money, which is grossly inaccurate and I think intentionally deceptive, to talking about the fact that we handle tax money. Of course we handle tax money.
Well, do you think the mayor was being intentionally deceptive here?
I think the mayor is entitled to a certain latitude in the leadership and the zealousy to which he leads Hammond and this county's Democratic Party. I don't think he's one of them, but I think people like George Van Til, I think people like Chip Greenberg, I think other political enemies of mine who try to intentionally mislead people are doing so for exactly that, intentional reason.
I mean, one of the reasons I got a boat slip in Portage was for the air show. I'm not happy it's moving down there. And, you know, that's just my point. You know, that's my personal point of view. But I think can I take that as a yes? You are going where the money is?
I think that we're going wherever we have partnerships that can help us keep the air show going. I mean, there's 69 people on a Facebook all complaining and want to boycott the air show. What did you do to help pay for it? Not Dave personally, and that's not commented to him. But you know what? If this is such a big deal and everybody's in such an outrage, my phone hasn't rung yet to say, well, guess what? My business will now sponsor you to the tune of $10,000 to keep it in Gary.
Hey, listen, nobody in this conversation is trying to say this came from property tax, but this comes from a tax of any kind. That's taxpayer money. So you're trying to obfuscate and use semantics to say.
I'm not obfuscating.
Excuse me. You don't. You know, you're trying to say it doesn't come from taxpayer. Anybody who's levied a tax upon them, that's tax money. So the question was, what percentage comes out of Lake County?
Money you get, I think you asked a good question.
I would say about 85% comes out of the riverboat and the casino tax, but we are picking up.
MX, you're on with Speros. Go ahead.
Good morning, Speros.
Good morning, MX.
Well, twice I heard you say you take the money from the Hammond boat. The Hammond boat money was supposed to be for infrastructure for Hammond.
Well,
Actually, any money coming from the boat, I don't care where it's coming from outer staters or not, or motels, should go back to Hammond.
well, that's your view, and you're entitled to it, MX.
All right.
I want to congratulate Spero for this excellent idea to do it at Fair Oaks. Just one question, Spero.
Sure.
Are you planning to have any type of transportation for people in the urban communities that can't get out to Fair Oaks? I think it's a great idea for them to see a change of scenery.
You know what?
There be a way to get there.
I had not even considered that, but that's something that I will reach out and speak with all of the mayors in the northern tier to see if there's something as that. And I would have never thought in a million years that we would have had such a brouhaha over trying to put it on some vacant land somewhere, because we can't do it over the lake. As I've explained to you, we can't do it within the county because of the density of population. So if we've missed something, Jed, I'm all ears.